Welcome to our home, the Falkland Islands. This is one of the most remote and beautiful places on Earth. Home to millions of penguins, seals and other wildlife, it has become a prime visitor destination for people wishing to see what the world must have looked like thousands of years ago. It is also where approximately 3,000 people have made a home for themselves for more than 9 generations. Descendants of seafarers and traders from around the world, we Falkland Islanders have forged a strong community since the 1830s. Today, life in the Falklands offers many unique and special opportunities for those of us lucky enough to call these islands home.
I love living in the Falklands. It's peaceful, the pace of life, you would never appreciate it, can be really quick, but then on other ends as well, it can be really slow. The people look out for each other.
It's a really strong, close-knit community. We don't have too many people here and everybody knows each other, so people talk a lot about the community spirit, but it's just so true.
I've never been in another country or another community where you quite literally will wave to everyone that you see. It's in the car, you go past someone, give them a wave and they'll wave back. It's that kind of friendly.
It's really multicultural down here. You really meet a diversity of people, and it's a really nice community to be in because it's not just one type of people. There's all these different types and all these different cultures around, so it's a really nice place to live.
When you go to a pub or to a house, you'll be sitting with someone from New Zealand, Australia, England, Argentina, Uruguay, Chile, Falkland Islanders. So it's really interesting for a small community. The amount of people we have from different countries makes it really interesting.
Just in my family, we have somebody from Argentina, my son's married to a Dutch girl, my daughter is married to a Chilean chap. So, one family, there's a whole pile of nationalities.
We have Germans, we've got the Dutch, we're a great big mixing pot of people here, and everyone, it's fair to say, looks out for each other.
One of the challenges for our people is to cater for the needs of a typical modern and thriving community, but from such a small population base.
The type of community that we have, although it's a very small number of people, we're self-sufficient. We have everything that we need. We've got a post office, a hospital, a bank, several shops, not huge, great chain supermarkets or McDonald's or anything like that, but we have enough, It's an ordinary, bustling little town.
The healthcare we have in the Falkland Islands, I think, is tremendous for a community of only 3,000 people. Being isolated as we are, we have to be resourceful. We have to be able to deal with anything that happens medically, be that a common cold, or be that a serious car accident, or someone with a very difficult labour. And over the years, because of the resources that the government have put into our service, we are able to cope with them.
Healthcare is first class, education is excellent, and the students are sent away to UK for A-levels and then for degree courses, and indeed Australia and New Zealand they go as well.
Well, what happens is we study here till year 11, and then there's no sixth form college down here, so we have to go away to England, and the government funds us to go away. So it's really quite cool because you get all your education for free, and it's a really good bargain, really. It's amazing. So we just say thank you for our government for doing it, really.
Every year you see new people coming in, arriving, visiting either for work or for holidays or whatever, and some of these people do stay, and every year our economy grows, every year the population, the community grows, and we really are a thriving, growing country and community.
If you looked at a comparable population on a mainland somewhere, you would probably not find the range of skills that we have here, from entrepreneurs through to lawyers, doctors, teachers, and all the practical skills as well.
The Falkland Islands lie in the South Atlantic Ocean and are an archipelago of nearly 800 islands. With a coastline estimated at 1,288 kilometres, it is easy to see why the wildlife here is found in such abundance. Home to large colonies of birds and seals, increasing numbers of tourists are visiting the Falklands to see a scale of wildlife that is hard to find now anywhere else in the world. For the people of the Falklands, a close and special relationship with the land and the wildlife is an important part of life on the islands, as it has been for nearly 200 years.
The Falkland Islands is unique. It's the town itself is a small town, so you can get about, but it's also within close distances. You can get to a lot of nice beaches, beautiful scenery, full of wildlife, lots of seals, lots of penguins. So, as a child, well, even as an adult now, it's great exploring. There's lots to see.
I love the wildlife here in the Falklands, and I love that you can just, I don't know, go out and have a barbecue and there'll just be penguins walking around. Like, every time I go and speak to my friends in England, they just can't believe that anything like that would happen. And they always ask me, you know, do penguins start wandering around in your shops? And I'm like, no, okay, it's not to that extent, but I mean, you certainly see them on the beach everywhere.
You're so close to wildlife, it's so kind of in your face here that it has to be part of your life, and you see it and you get very used to it. And I find it quite strange going abroad and not having, you know, giant petrels coasting down in front of my house and dolphins in front of and seals popping up. You know, it's
probably the best job to have in the world, getting to drive people to see these places and make them happy and show them something that you really do love and make sure that they kind of appreciate it too.
It was in the 1830s that the British established the first permanent administration here and saw the building of the capital, Stanley. A new port was developed in Stanley Harbour, and the islands became a strategic point for navigation around Cape Horn. Since that time, we, the descendants of those first settlers, have enjoyed the freedom to live our lives and run our community according to common goals, such as respect for each other and protecting the environment. Our capital, Stanley, is a thriving and modern community. While continuing to enjoy a close relationship with Britain, the people of the Falkland Islands enjoy a self-reliant lifestyle based on democratic values.
The country is run by 8 elected assembly members. We have elections every 4 years, assisted by quite a large civil service.
We're very much a totally independent island. We govern our own affairs. And we receive no subsidies from the UK. We are a self-financing community. So our healthcare, our education, our development, tourism, everything is met from our own income.
We set our own taxes, we make our own laws. The only parts of government which fall to the United Kingdom are defence and foreign affairs, for which they take responsibility, but in full consultation with islanders.
I think the Falklands fundamentally will always have a relationship with Britain, and we very much enjoy that relationship. We're proud of our autonomy, but we do enjoy the relationship we have with the British government and the British people.
With a strong economy, sound political foundations and a thriving community, the future is looking bright for the people of the Falkland Islands.
It is a really exciting time for the island. I think we've gone from strength to strength, really. We're still so, self-sufficient, and everybody's so proud of the islands they live in, and, take real care and pride over them, and it can only get better.
It's just such an exciting place to be right now. We're on the cusp of kind of developing a whole load of areas that are all kind of coming to fruition at once, and it's such a rapidly growing and changing environment that it's, as a young guy who's kind of looking at the future, it's just fantastic.
We've demonstrated over the last couple of decades how we can cope with change and how we seize on opportunities. So I'm very pleased, but I'm very, in some ways, envious of the opportunities that my grandchildren will have.
The Falklands, a community of like-minded people sharing common goals: democracy, freedom, and protection of the environment. Islands of stunning natural beauty and home to incredible wildlife. A place with a rich past and an exciting future. Welcome to our home.